Have you ever worked so hard, given so much of yourself, and yet felt invisible, like the world walked right past your kindness without a second glance? This is the story of a girl whose goodness was overlooked by everyone around her, until one day she stumbled into a place where every gentle deed bloomed into something magical. In a little village pressed against the edge of a deep green forest, there lived a widow and her 2 daughters. The older girl, her own child, was lazy and sharp-tongued, with a scowl that fit her face far better than a smile ever did. But the younger one, her stepdaughter, had eyes that lit up with warmth and hands always busy with work. She rose with the dawn, spun thread until her fingers ached, fetched water until her arms trembled, and never spoke a word of complaint. And yet, the mother loved only her lazy daughter, while the kind girl was treated as little more than a servant. One warm afternoon, the stepdaughter sat by the old stone well, spinning in the sunlight. Her fingers were raw, and a bead of sweat trickled down her cheek. Then, ouch! The spindle pricked her skin. A drop of bright red blood slid onto the shuttle. She leaned over the well to rinse it, but it slipped from her fingers and disappeared into the depths. She hurried home, her heart pounding, but instead of comfort, her stepmother's voice lashed out like a whip. "You lost it? Then you'll fetch it. Go to that well and don't come back without it." Tears blurred the girl's eyes as she returned to the well. She peered into the still, dark water. Somewhere deep inside, her heart whispered that this would be no ordinary errand. She took a breath, feeling the sky fill her lungs, and jumped. Instead of cold water, she fell through soft, rushing air. Down, down she drifted, until her feet touched grass as springy as a featherbed. She looked up and gasped. She stood in a glowing meadow under a sun warm as a gentle hand on her cheek. Wildflowers swayed in a golden breeze. Birds sang like silver bells, butterflies floated past in lazy spirals. Following a narrow path, she soon came to an oven with its door wide open. Inside, loaves of bread crackled and browned. "Take me out! I've been baking too long!" they called in small, warm voices. Without hesitation, she found the wooden paddle and lifted each loaf onto a clean cloth, careful not to burn them. She walked on until she saw an apple tree, its branches bent low beneath the weight of ripe, shining fruit. "Shake me! Shake me!" the tree called. "Our apples are ready." Laughing, she shook the trunk until apples rained down in a sweet-smelling shower. She gathered every one and placed them in a neat pile beneath the branches. At last, she reached a little cottage with windows glowing in the sunlight. An old woman with eyes like sparks and teeth a bit too large peeked out. The girl's feet almost stopped, but the woman's voice was warm as fresh bread. "Don't be afraid, dear child. I am Mother Holle. Stay with me. Help me with my chores. Make my bed each day and shake it well so the feathers fly like snow. And I will care for you." The girl agreed, and life in the cottage was peaceful and good. She rose early, kept the rooms bright and tidy, and when she made the bed, she shook it so thoroughly that feathers drifted through the air like gentle winter flurries. Mother Holle's table was always set with delicious food, and her words were always kind. But as weeks passed, the girl felt a longing for home, a quiet ache she couldn't ignore. One morning she said softly, "Mother Holle, you have been so good to me, but I feel I must return." Mother Holle's eyes crinkled. "You have served me well, my child. I will see you back myself." She led the girl to a tall wooden door carved with flowers and stars. As it swung open, a warm golden wind swirled around her, and suddenly a rain of gold poured from above, clinging to her hair, her dress, her very eyelashes until she shimmered from head to toe. "This is your reward," Mother Holle said, placing the missing shuttle in her hand. In the blink of an eye, the girl was standing once more by the old stone well. As she walked home, the rooster in the yard crowed, "Cock-a-doodle-doo! Your golden girl's come back to you!" Her stepmother's eyes widened at the sight of her glittering from head to toe. As the girl told her story, the woman's greedy heart swelled with an idea. "Lazy bones!" she barked at her own daughter. "Do as your sister did and come back covered in gold." The lazy daughter pricked her finger on a thorn bush, smeared a drop of blood onto a shuttle, and tossed it into the well before jumping in. She landed in the same sunlit meadow, followed the same path. But when she came to the oven, the bread called, "Take me out!" She wrinkled her nose. "What? And get all smoky? No!" She walked on. At the apple tree, the branches groaned with fruit. "Shake me! Shake me!" the tree pleaded. She scoffed. Get pelted by apples? Not a chance. At last, she reached Mother Holle's cottage and accepted the offer to stay, but her thoughts were only on the gold she expected. After the first day, she stopped working. She never made the bed properly, and not a single feather flew. Before long, Mother Holle had enough. "It's time for you to return," she said. The lazy girl smiled greedily, ready to be showered in gold. But when she stepped through the great wooden door, a thick, sticky rain of black pitch poured down over her. It clung to her hair, her clothes, her skin. The smell was bitter and sharp. "This," Mother Holle said firmly, "is the reward for your service." The lazy girl stumbled back to the well, dripping with pitch. The rooster crowed again. "Cock-a-doodle-doo! Your pitchy girl's come back to you." And no matter how she scrubbed, the pitch clung to her forever. As for the kind girl, her gold never dulled because it came from more than magic. It came from a heart that gave freely, even when no one was watching. And in every corner of the village, her gentle light seemed to warm the world around her. If this story made you smile or reminded you that kindness is the brightest treasure, like, comment, and subscribe for more magical tales, and tap the bell so the next bit of magic finds you right when you need it.